Hey everybody, welcome to Post Popcorn Picks, our podcast where we talk movies and cinema. I'm Braden.
I'm Eleise, and today we're going to be talking about the new movie Aladdin that just came out. What are your thoughts?
So, I have seen a lot of previews and memes with Will Smith being the genie, and I was wondering what this was going to actually be like, but I thought they did a pretty good job on it. I think movie quality and casting, and there was nothing like that was low quality in it, you know. They went all out when they're making it, and I thought that they did a pretty good job. Overall, the cast was pretty good. They did a pretty good job casting with Will Smith being in it as the genie. They had Mena Massoud as Aladdin and Naomi Scott as Jasmine, and I thought those three worked really well together. Having Will Smith as a genie was pretty good. But what were your thoughts on it?
I was a little mixed. Going in, I didn't really have any expectations.
Yeah.
And that could be because I grew up on the original cartoon. So I knew going in I had to be realistic with my expectations. And that opinion still stands, especially when I'm looking at reviews.
Yeah.
You can't expect it to be exactly like the cartoon. For what the movie was, I think it was good.
Yeah.
There were parts that I didn't care for. The one thing that I did like was Will Smith as the genie. I thought he killed it in that role, which is ironic because I wasn't sure how to feel about it in the beginning. Just because Robin Williams makes that role, so I think there were many people that felt the same way, but I think Will Smith was able to be genuine.
Yeah.
He was able to play the role well without trying to copy Robin Williams, and I think as an audience member I respected that.
Yeah.
He was able to add his own comedic skill to it. I thought that was really cool. I think one of my biggest complaints is probably some of the performances. I felt some of them felt either forced or a little flat.
I agree on that.
Yeah.
I thought some of the performances, like singing and stuff in it, like you have the classic one when they're on the carpet, and like I thought that was good, but then there's some like where he's in his house, Aladdin, and like before he becomes a prince and he starts singing, and like I felt like one of it was kind of really forced. Like it was like he'd start like monotone singing and then go into it, but it just didn't seem right. Like I think they could have just acted that part out. And there's certain parts that it just was a little bit too much, but it still brought back some of the original like performances and stuff. Yeah,
and I think I really liked that house. They attempted to bring some of the original music back, and I respected that as an audience member. But I think I agree with you. I think at times that they could have acted out scenes rather than perform some of the songs.
Yeah.
And I think that's where one of my other complaints came in. I think they were too ambitious with the movie. At times they were trying to be similar to the original, and then other times they were trying to do their own thing. And at times I was a little confused by that because I felt it switched so fast at times, because they have the original music and then they added a new song for this one, which is Speechless, who's performed by Naomi Scott, who plays Jasmine. I didn't care for the song. I liked what they were attempting to do with it, but I felt at times it almost felt over the top, which made me cringe. At times I was cringing in my seat, like, can we not do this?
Felt you could feel like the emotion, like she portrayed it really well, but I thought that was a little bit too much too. Yeah,
because she's very talented, so it's not so much her skill, because she's obviously a good singer, you know, and like you said, you can feel the emotion behind it, but I think at times it felt a little over the top or out of place, I think is a better word.
Probably out of place, no, and I think like the character, a lot with emotion, like you could feel the emotion between Aladdin and Princess Jasmine in some of the scenes, but then also between the genie and Aladdin, like with the water scene when he gets pushed into the water. Like you could feel the emotion with Will Smith playing that genie, along with at the end with the third wish. Like you can really feel it there, and I thought they did a good job making you have that personal connection almost to him, like of being a friend and feeling that emotion, you know?
Yeah. And
which can be tough to do in a movie.
Yeah, and I think they did it really well. You're able to watch how they go from almost like business acquaintances to slowly a friendship developing, and then at the end it's like this genuine friendship that you've watched develop over the last 2 hours. And I think it was well done, because you can see the emotion, you can see how genuine the characters are, and you gotta like that.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't remember from the other Aladdin, but did they start it like they did this one with? Because like in this one, the genie Will Smith is telling the story back to his kids. I didn't remember. Did they start it like that?
In the original, the genie is presenting himself as like a salesman, and he's talking to the audience member, trying to sell items. And it's very playful. Yeah. And what makes him start telling the story is when the audience member spots this lamp, and then he begins to tell the story of Aladdin and the genie and the lamp, and from there they go into the Arabian Nights song, like this adaptation, which I liked. I like how they attempted to do that. Just they changed the beginning a little bit. So as an audience member, I thought that was really cool, and I actually liked. That's probably one of my favorite songs in the movie. Is the Arabian Nights, because I thought it really fits the tone of the song. A little bit darker, and just I thought the performance was well done. But that's the.
Okay, I was wondering if they changed that or how that worked.
Yeah, a little bit. They changed it a little bit, and I guess I expected that, but that definitely was a big shift. But I could be biased.
So, out of a 5-star, what would you give this movie?
I think I would give it a 3. I think it was good for what it was. I think it was solid. The songs were well performed. The acting was well done. Some of the characters I thought could have been presented better. But I can't tell if that's so much the acting as the writing. But I think it was a good movie. I've seen better, I've seen worse. So I think it's a solid movie.
Yeah. I don't know, I've been watching a lot of bad Netflix movies, so this movie seemed really good to me. But I'd probably give it a 3.5 to 4, somewhere in there. Probably more towards 3.5, but I would definitely still go watch it again. Like, I don't know, even if somebody wanted to go see it in theaters, I'd probably even go watch it again in theaters, but if not, I'd definitely watch it like once it comes out digital, and like, it's not something that it's like, oh yeah, you gotta see it once and like you're done, you know. It still would.
I actually agree. There is a part of me that wants to see it again. And I think it's just because I'm curious. It does leave you curious to watch more, you know.
I kind of want to see it again as well. It's like
the performances are. Some of the performances I want to see again. And there are a lot of funny scenes that genuinely left me laughing. So I think a combination of that makes me want to see it again. Like you, whether it be someone invites me to see it again in the theaters or just renting it. Either way, I think it'd be fun to watch again.
I agree. So, anything else?
No, I think that's it.
That will be it for today's review. You can go check us out on social media at the Puyallup Post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. We'll be posting some more content there soon. And we'll see you guys next week.